chain on my wrist, for real. LV on my chick, for real. Waco taking risks, for real. Went through hell to get to this, for real. I'm not pressed with making lists, for real. I stay low and stack my chips, for real. You keep looking for a flip, for real. That's not wealth, that's rich, for real. 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 Really real. Really real. Really real. Really real. For real. For real. For real. For real. No liens on the whip, for real. I get bored, I take a trip, for real. Take a loss, I never trip, for real. Been in shock, I'm not a lick, for real. Don't trust the soul, it's on my hip, for real. Make a move and you get hit, for real. No pictures by the crib, for real. Can't let them know just where I live, for real. 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 Really real. Really real. Really real. Really real. For real. For real. For real. For real. Plain Jane on my wrist, for real. LV on my chick, for real. Waco taking risks, for real. Went through hell to get to this, for real. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. Yeah. I'm so handsome. All in Carmine's with my Benz, ooh, I'm so fancy. No romancing. Got my baby and she right, she make you vanish. No time to play, got book dates. Had a plan, only had to wait. Always knew I'd make a way. Send a bill, they send a pay. Keep it real, keep the record straight. Keep it real, no time to fake. All authentic in my own lane. I am me till I'm in the grave. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. Ooh, never panic. Get a worry, send it up and then it vanish. Yeah, I can't stand it. At all the way you move it, see you scrambling. On offense, no defense. Still strong, no weakness. Used to say I wouldn't beat this. Now they wish they could beat this. Tables set, now tables turn. God's plan, don't say a word. Know the price, cause I know my worth. My time, get what I deserve. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop.
Good morning all. Hope everyone is good. Happy Monday to everyone. Hope everyone is well. Had a good weekend. And yeah, let's get it. So today's Monday here. First, now this week's interesting because this is where we have midweek monthly candle open. We get those during the year. I don't see a pattern towards it, as you know, we have all of this leap years, all of this BS and all of that stuff. So it always changes. But having a monthly candle in the middle of the week makes the middle of the week like a Friday, and then after it's like you start Monday again. So if we have a look at the calendar here, we can see like middle of the week here, new month is basically Wednesday, so Thursday is like a Monday, Friday is like a Tuesday, and then you go back to Monday the next week. So it's an interesting scenario. Of course, it being the new monthly candle, what do we have on the new monthly candle? We have tons of news, right? So we always have our NFP week, so first Friday of every month here, and we can have a look at that with the calendar. So today's going to be Monday. Monday's clean. It really starts after, basically, starts on the 31st here. The 31st is where we see basically us kicking to action here in terms of news. A lot of fundamentals happening this week. We have basically Monday, Tuesday pretty chill, and then boom, Wednesday we have JPY Bank of Japan policy rate here, where we're going to see what the policy is doing. More than likely we keep rates the same. I haven't seen talks about increasing rates, but more importantly, the outlook report and the statement. These are going to be two things that are very, very important to see what they're expecting, what they're going to do. On that same day, Wednesday is insane day. You can see it's basically a sea of red. We have press conference as well. Bank of Japan will be talking about the press conference. Then we go into ADP, right? We have ADP as well. We need to see what's happening with ADP as well. Then after that, we have FOMC as well, right? On the same day. So FOMC, ADP, and Bank of Japan, definitely a wild day. The only thing that's not included here is going to be GBP news. Now, we go into Thursday, first day of the month. We do start with the policy report for the Bank of England here, BOC monetary policy report. A lot of fundamentals. We do have our votes coming in. We will start to get an indication about what we will get an indication about interest rate reductions or keeping it the same. Obviously, keeping rates higher for longer means more bullish for pound. If we see rates reduced a little bit, yeah, we're going to see a temporary weakness in pound, but long term still, it's going to be a lot higher than the JPY, which is at negative interest rates, right? So moving further down, obviously we have Bailey speaking and all of that, and a bit of USD news as well. Moving into Friday, first Friday of every month, going to be NFP as well, right? So we're going to see NFP come in first Friday of every single month, and yeah, that is our week here. So a lot of fundamental things going on this week. Monday, Tuesday seem to be the days where we don't really have too much going on in terms of news. We have typical USD news during New York session, which is always the case. I would say almost every single day you have news. So yeah, but these are like the major news events, right? The ones that we look at. So let's go have a look at the charts here. Start off on the weekly time frame as always. Weekly candle closing bearish. So what we can see with weekly is it closed above the previous weekly resistance. So that is definitely going to be something of interest for us, because we know unless we break this low, there's no higher time frame continuation for downside here. So as long as this low is respected on the weekly, we could range between here or even potentially pop up if we start to bounce from this zone here, right? Moving on to daily time frame, you'll start to see a similar story of, yeah, previous daily closed doji, current daily is not doing much, but we're starting to see a little bit of weakness in terms of strong daily candle closes, right? So we're seeing a rejection wick. We haven't had a rejection wick basically since this point here, after we made some sort of structural point here. Yes, that rejection wick absolutely got filled, but remember, we had nothing stopping price here. It was full clean candles, whereas now we're kind of sitting at this daily support here, right? Which I should have marked, and I don't. So let me go and mark that. Would be useful just for a higher time frame analysis. Right, so this is a daily support here, and looking onto 4-hour time frame here, if we go ahead and look at the 4-hour time frame, we can see we're starting to form some form of consolidation here. We did close previous 4-hour below 4-hour support here. We do have a target down at 196, 600, 650, somewhere around there. If we do start to close candles below there, these rejection wicks can end up being into, kind of fake out zone. Now, if we do start to create structure below, this is where, right, we can get filling, we can get candles filled back down to 195, 100s, 195 flat. We can see continuation down to that zone. If we start to bounce out of this zone, we start to see 4-hour candles close bullish. That's where we could start to bounce up to the 200s here, start to bounce pretty high. We could even bounce as high as something like 205 before contesting resistance. if things are going to get crazy and JPY is going to get weak with the JPY news, we could see bounces all the way back up to 203 here. It's definitely possible before creating a lower high, which will end up dictating with monetary policy, with the Bank of Japan policy, with the Bank of England policy. We'll be able to dictate, okay, what does fundamentals say for the month? If we're seeing Bank of England policy go for rate reductions and Bank of Japan look to reduce their bond buying program, increase interest rates, inflation with positive outlook, job growth, as well as wage increases, then what can we see? Then we could probably see price use this zone as a retest zone for price to continue down bearish, right? And then we can look for these as a pullback opportunity to continue this pullback phase or this bearish movement in the chart. If we see Bank of Japan maintain policy, if we see everything maintain policy in terms of Japan, just a few speeches here and there, which will obviously cause short-term volatility, but underlying fundamentals stay the same. Bank of England also say we're not in a rush to reduce interest rates. We will see pound strength come in, and that's where we could look for that deeper retrace back to the 203s. And that lower high that comes down and retest, right? If we do find resistance, that can look as possible opportunity for higher lows to continue the macro uptrend we have been running on GJ since 2020. So this is something that we have to keep in mind and can be extremely important to understand and have a look at overall here in terms of price action on the charts here. So this is the analysis I'm looking at here for GJ. Now moving down into a session, we're starting to get into, oops, didn't mean to drag that, starting to get into some choppy price action here. As we can see, 1 hour is chopping sideways, 30-minute same story sideways. So we need some form of resolution. Bias is technically here mixed bias, as previous daily close doji, previous 4-hour close bearish. You could also see it as bearish bias here, to be honest. But we are definitely mixed in terms of what we're doing on the charts here. Looking at this range here, it's not the cleanest range. We're seeing quite a lot of headache towards the upside here, and similar story towards the downside. Realistically, cleanest range is going to be down below kind of 197 to retest 4-hour support. Below 197, things start to open up here, 27 pips here. If we're looking at this little support here, there's an opportunity, something like this below here, I feel, would be potential opportunity for sells back into this support here, which is only around 13 pips away, but it's enough to make a decision, whereas 197 is around 28 pips away. Now for the buy opportunities, I believe we have to get above 198. Between these zones, between 197, 500 and 198, it's very choppy in here. You can see every time in the past, go look at previous price action, not really being the best in here. Choppy price action, and we're kind of chopping at the moment as well. So not always the best idea to be looking for trades in here when we've noticed it's been choppy. Also, the ranges are not the best here, but we will have to see how to basically tackle in these different scenarios here. So we will see how price develops within these ranges in order to make a decision. We're also sitting right at previous daily support, which is probably why we've seen this inconsistency, right? If you look at it, you can see here support, 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 resistance, support, resistance. You can just see it flipping up in that zone. Even to recent price action, about 30 minutes to an hour ago, it's where we found our resistance. So we do want to keep that in mind. Now buys, this is annoying to have this little resistance here and not a clean range. On 30 minutes, it does look good. 1 hour also does look good. So that's where I'll be inclined to use 1 hour closes above 198, 30-minute closes above 198 to supersede basically the 15-minute time frame here, and then use this as a potential watch zone. So that's what I'd be doing. And yeah, here we have some news. UK Chancellor talks 3:30 p.m. today UK time to address Parliament and expect to highlight black hole leading the way to spending cuts, tax rises next budget. All right, yes, that is definitely something important. And yeah, Chancellor can definitely say something. I wonder why they didn't put that as a red folder, or even mention it, to say the least here. That's a little bit naughty, right? But yeah, that's definitely important, right? Definitely important, Chancellor talking. So this is what we'll have to see. So moving on to gold here. Gold came up and tapped, and not only tapped, but we were looking at this zone being a potential resistance zone. not only did we tap this zone, we went fully above it and closed above. We are at 2400, which is our major key level here, and rejecting it currently at the current standpoint here. Previous 4 hours bearish, previous daily is also closing bullish here, but current daily has not the best bottom wick here. If we look at weekly time frame, weekly has closed bearish, so this could just be the top wick of weekly before we flip and try fill more of the bottom wick here. Looking at daily time frame, yes, we are tapped into this zone very early, kind of looking like it's creating liquidity to potentially continue down. If not, we could be looking at this as a mixed bias, and then getting back above, I would say the 30-minute zone is where probably buys would make sense, somewhere above here, which is the 30. Let's see how that looks on the 15. Do we have resistance there? Yeah, we have this resistance there. So I'd be more comfortable saying the 30. This is a nice liquidity grab. So if we were to get back above this zone here, we could reflip the 4-hour time frame after the bottom wick and try to retest 4-hour resistance. We do have a range of around 37 pips towards the top of the range here, so that is something definitely possible here. Now for sells to make sense, it actually becomes a little bit complex because of this little liquidity range we're creating here. We can see every time we dipped into this harsh reaction, this was an open market gap that we filled. If we look at 1 hour time frame, same story. So I think sells are going to make sense. Not that I think, I know that sells for me are going to make most sense when we close back inside this 1 hour range. I don't see selling being an option before. It makes it a little bit tough. Now, if we had a deeper daily bottom wick, these buys would be close your eyes, you know, very easy. The only threat of these buys is that the bottom wick is not that big. It's right here. We could end up making a bigger bottom wick, and this could be ended up being a fake out zone, which we've seen gold been doing. But the question is that technically, if we look at it, yes, it wasn't session time, but it has kind of faked out, right? Because if you look at it based on a 15-minute, this closed above the resistance, broke all the highs just for it to flip and fake out back in the range. So if it was to get back above here, why should it fail yet again? And if it fails again, that's just a game of probabilities and just lack of momentum in the charts. It's just, that would be extremely unlucky, to be honest, because if it's gonna get above here, the chances of it failing should be very low, just based of it not getting above before, right? So you'd want a 30-minute or something to be super you know, confirmation for those type of things. But no, for sure, this is probably where I would be looking for. My buys would be above here, to be honest. For the sells, I need more information though. For the sells, I need more information as this is very hard to sell into. We're selling into areas that price has A, shown us that it's rejected, B, that not a clean range, and C, every time we come down there, we end up bouncing. Not once, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times we've wicked into that zone and rejected. So trying to sell in here, I don't know if it's going to be actually a profitable move or something viable that I could look to do. So yeah, that's going to be my my analysis here, right? So I hope you guys enjoyed that analysis. Pretty in-depth analysis. Monday morning analysis, Harry ain't slacking. Yeah, gotta prepare for the week, man. We did the even more in-depth analysis on the webinar in terms of a higher time frame. But yeah, that's the analysis here. Make sure you guys leave a like based on that. You guys know the drill. Hate to say it, part of the game. How much? 200 of us in here. Appreciate everyone showing up on a Monday. Those who showed up on a Monday early, you guys get the nice gift of this type of analysis, right? This was a very good in-depth analysis. And that value of that analysis is worth so much, because this will not only carry you throughout the day, but carry you throughout the week, because you have a full picture of what's going on the charts. So missing out on that analysis will leave you a little bit lost, right? Because you can't hear on everything like that. So it's extremely useful to hear that. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that. We'll put the scam likes in chat. Let's do it. I also hope yesterday you guys enjoyed yesterday's video. This was a very interesting video talking about candlestick patterns here. You know, what type of candles. We cover the FU candle, the golden candle, liquidity candle. This is something very, very important to understand, that, you know, some candles can give us good indication of what's happening, right? So I'll put this in chat. I'll pin this. Let's copy this. There we go. My gold TP is 3,404. Oof. I think 2,500 as a nuts TP is pretty big one. Yeah, 2,500 would be where I would be looking for, you know, as a macro target, higher time frame. You know, if you're ever looking for that much upside. But 3,000, brother, I think you'll need to wait definitely a lot of time. That's for sure. You know, I don't think that will happen quick. But who knows? I could be wrong. Oh, you mean 2,404? Yeah, 2,400 is definitely 404. Let's see why you picked 404. Top of the wicks. Grab liquidity from here. Yeah, I would expect it to continue if we get above 2,400, to be honest. Above 2,400, I'd expect it to continue. Not this session, maybe NY. If he's lucky. If that's the case, then we should just rip buy now, right? Imagine. How many pips is that? 10,000 pips? It's around 10,000 pips. Be nuts. That should be lunch money sorted. Definitely, man. I'm not a he. All right, my bad, my bad. Tradesharpe, I had a trading seminar this weekend. I recommended Pip Labs as a simulator. Hopefully your sales will go up now. Oh, I appreciate that. That's very kind of you to give us an honorable mention. And yeah, very, very, very kind. I'll let you know if we get any sales. But one thing you can do, by the way, you can, if you want to be an affiliate, like if you're going to mention something, we're more than happy to give you an affiliate link, right? We're more than happy to give you affiliate link so that you can be compensated for that. Right? So you can just message us. You can just message us and we can set you up with that. As you know, that's fair, right? If you're going to mention us, then we should give you something back. I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, it literally takes 5 minutes. It costs you nothing, just an email address, you know, and it's kind of, and we don't expect anything of you, you know. When does the market open? Market opens, so it's already open if that's what you're asking. But depends on your time zone. So my market open would be around 12 something. I can tell you exactly. 2 a.m. now. It's my market open is 2 a.m. I'm looking for a buy on gold. Yeah, I think we need to get above resistance to buy on gold. But once we get above resistance, it could be interesting. 1 hour looks clean if we can get above resistance. Now with GJ, we want kind of a 30-minute close below here because 30-minute is actually cleaner than 15. 15, we do have this area to worry about here, which is 11 pips away if we get a good close. So we need a good close. Any deep closes, that's it. We'll have to wait below 197. We can also have a look at GU here. Haven't done my analysis on GU. Wow, it's a lot of lines. Start to get rid of some of these lines and see what's going on. So start off here on the weekly, right? Same way we analyze here. Weekly time frame close bearish at that previous weekly support, right? So we can even add that PWS, previous weekly support. So we closed at that. We're respecting that. Everything else, you know, weekly closing bearish, obviously. Daily has created a support right here. So we can move this line here and make this, yo, what happened to my camera? How is my camera ran out to, bro, there's no way, I just started stream. Damn, give me a sec, it interrupted my analysis here. I'll fix it. That's nuts. That, I must have been filming something yesterday. Must have been filming content yesterday and it just drained the battery fully. Anyways, you guys will have to enjoy the 1985 camera. It still does the job though. You see, it still does the job. Go. Perfect. Don't use USB when live, then how am I supposed to connect it to my PC? That's the problem. Right? How am I supposed to connect it to my PC? 1985 cam gives vintage vibes. It does. So yeah, previous daily closed here. Let's move on to 4 hours. So previous daily creating support. This zone is just a terrible zone. Not really interested into selling at that zone. So anything back towards this zone, it's game over. Like you have to wait for something to happen here. If you're at this zone, like anywhere between here, it's game over. Like you can't be trading it there. It's a very tough zone to trade. Previous weekly, previous daily, 4 hour support there, multiple rejection wicks. So you really don't want to be trading in that zone. Trading to that zone is obviously a different story. 1 hour is melting as well. 30-minute is looking at support. Yeah, not the cleanest. We're sitting at this support right now. And then we have another 15 here. So ideally you'd want to see a setup 2, to be honest, would be more ideal here. Setup 2 towards the downside, I think would be the ideal scenario. That's why. I noticed that you can't analyze without a camera. Is that part of fundamentals? No, that's part of YouTube. I have a question. Why you focus on 3 pairs but not 1? Life is funny, man. When I focus on 1 pair, why don't you focus on 5 pairs? When you focus on 3, I focus on main pairs, which is my GJ is my main pair. I would say secondary to that is gold, and then last is GU. And I just added GU sometimes if I don't see clean ranges on GJ. So for example, today, if we look at price and be honest, it's not the cleanest ranges, right? It's not like we're in a very clean move somewhere here where there's clean candles towards the upside, super clean candles towards the downside. We're kind of consolidating sideways, right? So if we're consolidating sideways, I will consider another pair to see if there's cleaner ranges. Right now, this is not also the cleanest ranges here as well. So we have to be generally careful, but we'll see what ends up populating. Is market manipulation real? It's so, then what's the best way to not let the market manipulate? All markets are manipulated, but the thing is that the more you will lose if you get manipulated by the market. And you just have to accept that. Nothing is 100%. So there's no harm in losing, right? So there's no harm in losing when it works like that. So just allow that to happen and don't focus on being scared of market manipulating, because it doesn't happen all the time. Is there ways to watch market manipulation? Well, you could debate if something is market manipulation or if something is not market manipulation, right? It's tough to say. You know, what would you consider manipulation? Because some people would consider this manipulation if they were in buys, but according to my plan, I'm not trading at that time for this reason, because of pullbacks at that time. We know that price likes to pull back at this time because it's early in the session. So this for me is not manipulation, as I'm not being manipulated here, because I know that this is a time where fake out comes. So for me, it's not manipulation. Manipulation for me would be something where we see a perfect setup and then really lack of volume followed by like a double liquidity grab. Double liquidity grab is nuts. Nice YouTube video, Sunday video, very informative. I'm glad you liked it, man. Thanks for the explanation. No, anytime, right? So you just have to not take too much notice of that, because if you always trade based on, I mean, you'll see YouTube videos say manipulation trading concept, trade like this, manipulation trade. Come on, man. You're just trying to scare you, bro. Just trying to scare you. Who wins in manipulation? Okay, let's understand why manipulation happens. Does anyone know why manipulation happens? I'm going to answer it before anyone types because it's a bit of a long answer. But manipulation essentially happens to fill orders. Why did price come down here? Price came down here to fill an order because we're exactly back to the first spot that we were. Okay, why did price come back to retest here, market opened gap? To fill orders. So whoever has a deeper book, whoever has a bigger order to fill, price is naturally going to be inclined to fill that order because it's creating market liquidity. That's how market liquidity works, right? Market liquidity works by, you know, filling orders, right? That's exactly on if you go to dealing desks on Wall Street, you know what they're doing on Wall Street? They're filling orders, right? So this is why, you know, we see these moves happen. So who's winning? Well, you have to realize algorithms will win because they will be spread betting between those orders being filled as they can see the order books and the liquidity charts and be able to catch tiny moves as price does this. And another order was just filled right now. Now you see algos would probably profit on this move back down. They're probably going to find where the next order is, and then it's going to profit on the way back up and take very small profits during the day with big volume here. So that's one way, right? Who will profit from that? Us traders will profit from it. How will us traders profit from it? Because we will see this as a liquidity grab for upside continuation if it follows our rules. So technically, yes, we don't catch the origin of the move, but our job is not to catch, as a trader, is to catch your piece of the move, not the whole move. I think that's a mistake that people make, you know. You know, people make this mistake thinking that you have to catch the whole move. So we can profit off this. Yeah, it's recorded on YouTube. You can ask again. What did you take? Stupid shit trade. Double stupid. Let's see what is so stupid about this double stupid trade. Let me see. Let me criticize. Sell on GJ. Well, you made profit, right? Man, your luck these days is crazy. It's crazy. Literally catch the origin of the move, you know? It's luck? Yeah, of course it's luck at this point. No way, you know, you get away with it that many times, you know? You took this here, break of this low. But this top wick here, man, if this just broke the high, you're done. Oh shit, even worse. Okay. Bro, then you're then I mean technically you should be stopped out of this, but I don't know where you kept stops and you were like definitely, yeah, that's like golden move, you know what I mean? To put stops there instead of above this high. Yeah. I mean, if that went an inch higher, you would be that result, you know? So always ask yourself how easy was the move when I got in will give you an idea of if you got in at the right time or not. Does that make sense? So if I ever get in a trade and it does that, I look back and think to myself, this is probably not the best timing of a trade because it had during the trade it had a higher probability to fail. Does that make sense? Because look at it, right? At this point, this candle here, did it have a higher probability to win or higher probability to fail? Right? Had higher probability to fail. So that's what I always take note of. Okay, that during my trade. Now, your idea overall, like I would say the break of this low, if this happened during our session, there's way more probability to that. Close below this little support here, break of low, yeah. But I see what you're trying to do. It's not that crazy, man. It's not that you're going in blind. It just would be considered risky setups. And you see what's happened to me in the past when I've taken risky setups. Right? I get slapped for it. So at some time you probably will, what will happen to you is what happened to me sometimes when I take risky setups. You'll get slapped. There's a time and place to take them, right? Why the brokers work faster than Tradingview always? Because Tradingview updates second by second, not tick by tick. So that's the difference. It's every second you will get a new tick. Brokers will not update every second, it will update every tick. Which means that any new price data sent to the broker will reflect on the chart. Any new price data that is sent to Tradingview will not reflect on the chart until 1 second is finished. Right? So that's the difference. That's why trading on MT4, MT5 is much faster, right? And why I don't like trading on Tradingview as well. Also, my broker's feed on Tradingview is a really bad feed. I blew my funded account the first day I got it after passing. Time to focus on risk management. Listen, man, I'm gonna be harsh reality. I'm gonna give you harsh reality. If you blew your account on the first time after passing your funded, means that you passed it by luck. Right? Means that you passed it by luck, because there's no way that you'll be able to pass a funded account without, sustainably, without some sort of risk management skills, because it just means you passed it by luck, and at some point that would have happened. Because one day to go below 10% is absolutely crazy. You have to be full rage trading, like I don't give two shits, I'm making everything back, which is not a good thing. Remember, funded accounts really start when you passed. That's where the real work starts, because that's where you actually make money. You don't make money passing a funded account, right? That is just proving a skill. So make sure to do it properly so that you can really prove your skill. Otherwise, you're just gonna go like you did. What happened to you? Lose the funded account after, which is not fun, right? I think he blowed by daily drawdown. True, yeah, the 5%, yeah. Still 5% is nuts, right? That's 5 losing trades, 1% back to back. Like after 2 losing trades in a day, you have to call it a day there. You're not pushing it more. GU pulling back a bit. Yeah, GU ranges are also a bit tough here, right? GU ranges are tough. This previous daily support, we need to be careful on what pair, bro? Your chat box isn't updating? Oh, yeah, I just need to refresh it. What is meant by passing a funded account? Well, if you research funded accounts, they basically, you have to pass a challenge in order for the firm to give you capital to trade with. Both GJ and gold. Well, GJ, I don't see previous daily, right? This is all being crossed through many times. Wick has crossed through it. Not too worried about it. I'm more worried, and we have it marked anyways, because I'm more worried about the key level rather than the body. But yeah, you could mark it as a watch, right? So, you know, what you said to be careful is totally fine. Same thing with gold. I don't really see previous. This one is no chance being a problem. And this one right here, yes, but now that we've crossed through it once, I don't have an issue. If this hadn't crossed through it today, I would have an issue. So just because we've been up there and then went up there again, I'm not too worried anymore. Bro, why don't you use Impulse MACD? It's just not the style I trade. Right? It's just not the style I trade. If we have a 20K funded, how much should we target after 1 month of trading? No target, man. Just take trades. Focus on the skill. Remember, if you just do your job correct every single day, numbers will add up. I never focus on a percentage. Only time I will focus on a percentage is if I'm at a certain percent. Say I'm up 10% for the, let's say 11% for the month, right? Last month was up around that. So if I'm up that much, okay, what I'll do is I'll say, hey, I probably don't want to go below 10% this month, 11%, because I like that amount of profit. So I'm going to be conservative and probably risk half on the next trades, so that even if I lose 2, I'm back down to 10%, because I don't want to give back money to the market. But if I keep winning, I can make more. Now, if you've had a back-to-back 2 really strong months, then the month after it's okay, even if you're up 10%, to go a little bit harder. It's all based on personal preference. See, I'm taking more of a long route, and I don't think people understand this. I'm trying to reach certain goals, certain sustainability, to where, yes, it's going to be a slower process to make the amount of money that I want to achieve certain things. But the thing is that my psychology, my stress levels in terms of trading are not going to be through the roof, me trying to push risk super high. Because if I have a bad 1 month, bad 2 month, that's not only going to affect me, but it's going to affect everything around me, and then I have to recover that, right? That's a lot tougher. So I rather take a sustainable route, build a kind of platform, build a base, build something that I'm comfortable, even though it's slower and I know I can do a lot more, right? Once I build that and start to achieve some of the things that I put my mind to, I can then open a new door to where I can be a little bit more reckless. I know it sounds crazy, but you're kind of building a foundation to allow yourself to go a bit reckless and really start to maximize the skill that you spent this many years learning, right? And start to maximize and say, hey, I'm going to take an extra risk. I'm up 5K for this month. The next 3 trades, I'm going to risk 2K on those trades. And that's okay, because you are taking that to push boundaries. And if that works out, which there should be a higher probability it does, granted your psychology is in the right place, guess what? You just made a double, or almost double of what you would have made, and next month you're going into higher risk. So I think this is an important lesson that a lot of people might not consider, because I'm not in this industry for hype. I'm not in this industry for fame. I'm not here to show people how much money I can make in 1 week. I'm here for sustainability, because any investor I've spoke to, any person who has made very decent money in their life, has taken risks, which we take daily. It's our job. I take a lot of risks starting businesses, doing different ventures, and obviously pushing my risk to a level, but they do it for a long amount of time. And the worst thing I want to do is burn out or hit a rough patch where I'm on very high risk that burns me out as well, right? Because it sucks, right? It sucks to reverse work that fast. Because even if you double risk, let's say you're risking $1,000, you double it to $2,000. On paper, it's not a big thing, because the whole industry in mindset is screwed, right? Because you see someone make $2,000, it's not impressive, right? It's not impressive for someone to make $2,000 these days. Even though if you made $2,000 yourself, you feel like the king of the world. And that's what matters, okay? Doesn't matter that some guy is on Instagram showing you 30K day, 40K day, right? Doesn't matter. Maybe his financial standpoint is that 30K, 40K is pocket money, or maybe it's not real even, this is the problem. So that's why I've always focused on me. And that's the whole reason that I don't like to sit here and flaunt numbers. You won't see me flexing how much I make, flexing what I just flex the skill. That's literally what I do. And it's such a slow process because it doesn't attract too many people, but it attracts the right people, Like, you can't go wrong flexing the skill, because that's inevitably what's gonna make people money. Me showing me making money is not gonna make people money. It's just me making money. Now, it's okay to show lifestyle and a bit of this for motivation. I show profits from time to time just for motivational purposes, but not to be my brand, Please clip the last 10 minutes. You can clip. Anyone on chat can clip that. You can make a clip of that. I don't know where I'll post that though, because you can't post short form content as 10 minutes. But to the 300 people in here, they get to benefit that. So I hope that was useful though. And you guys understand my perspective in this game. It's a different approach from what you are used to online, but it's a sustainable approach, which I feel I can maximize results over a longer period of time instead of having so much peaks and valleys. The hardest thing as an entrepreneur is peaks and valleys. This is the hardest thing, because when you're up here, around the corner, you're going to be absolutely thrashed on your knees. And the more I can reduce this and try to make this linear, the easier it is going to be on my mental health, right? And keep you happy. When you're happy and you feel strong, right, with big muscles like this, that's where you're going to perform optimal. So you're inevitably going to go, any trader is going to go through these peaks and valleys, but the important thing is, how can I minimize and make sure that my trajectory in life is always pointing up without having to sacrifice too much of mental health, sacrifice too much of things around you, and at the same time be sustainable. Because if you push up too fast, you know the next time you're going to drop just as hard, and this drop is way harder to recover than you being in this stage of your journey, right? The upswings are very easy, right? Upswings are very easy, but the downswings take a lot of courage to recover from that, take a lot of confidence, take balls to recover, right? You have to be a strong person to recover when you get knocked down, right? Because many people, they like to get knocked down and either quit or move on. You know, like that's how it all works. How much you make on that Friday gold trade? 1%. Last week I lost around 1.3%, and I made 1%, so I'm still down like $300. But realistically, that is not giving me any type of worry. That's why risk management is so important, and why I talk about percentages, right? Because percentages are so important. You can make mistakes if you've managed risk, right? The thing is, it was just slow in the week, right? We didn't want that. I made 1% too. Was a nice setup, yeah. I don't think I posted that gold setup in the group, but on Friday we took this in New York session. Did anyone in YouTube chat take this trade? We took this in New York session. Stop loss below this candle low. Target was, break even was a daily, and then target was a 1-to-1. I just closed at a 1-to-1, something like this, even though it ended up going, but I was honestly in the car. Harry, getting clips? No, those I don't think I can clip. They're too long. Like, if you get clips for Instagram, I have to keep them short, like 30 seconds, 40 seconds. That's a bit too long. See what GJ is doing? Still above that zone, right? So we needed to get below. 30-minute has a chance here in 4 minutes. How do you manage 1-to-1 ratio trades? You can watch back all the trades we've taken and see how I've managed them. But there's different ways to manage, right? You can go ahead and see the different ways to manage. When will you offer 1-to-1 sessions? If you really want one, since you're part of the exclusive, you can just DM me. I don't do it for public because I have like a program, a way that I have to make sure that people are applicable for it, and it takes too much time. But anyone in the exclusive, if it's something you're really looking forward to, can just message me. We can sort something out. Bro can't even hold TP at 1-to-1. Yeah, I can hold TP, man. I can hold TP. I think you've seen me do a lot of the time. A prime example was GU trade. I took a break even on GU because I was 1 pip away from TP. 1 pip away from TP, and that is just proving to you that I can hold, right? That is just proving to you that, look, miss TP by 1 pip. Then this is multiple times. This is not even, this is a different, this is GJ, right? Look, my TP was up here and I didn't close. I didn't close because it didn't reach that. Most people would close just to, either they would close half somewhere here just so that statistics look good. But I'm not chasing statistics, guys. I'm chasing my profitability and P&L because that's what matters. I don't care what people think about me, because at the end of the day, I'm trading for me. As much, and how selfish it sounds, that is my main goal, right? I know it sounds selfish, but at the end of the day, it's what has to be done, because that's what I get paid more to do, is trade for myself. I don't get paid more to close early right? And put a statistic on YouTube that I won this trade. I don't get paid more to do that. That just looks good on paper. But realistically, no one cares long term. Hey Harry, how do I change a percentage management instead of trading with lot size in IC markets or MT5? You can't, you have to always trade with lot size. So I'd recommend you look to invest potentially into a risk management tool. There are ones online you can download and buy, and that can allow you to execute based on risk percentage. You don't think that 1-to-1 is too low? At least we should go for 1-to-2, but I trade what the markets give me. My targets are based on what market gives me. Sometimes I'll close less than a 1-to-1 if market is not giving me more. It's all based on technical. The difference is my win rate is high, right? So anything above a 70% win rate, you can take 1-to-1s. If you start to get below a 70% win rate, yeah, we have problems. You need to probably look for higher risk to reward. It all depends on your style of trading. Like, there's no harm, both work. See what gold is doing here. Gold rejected the top of the range and it's trying to flip down now. 15-minute trying to flip down. I think sells on gold will be back inside the range like I mentioned. That's something I'd be looking for. Oops. Ranges are so big in GJ that look at these key levels are so close to each other. Do you remember when key levels used to look like this? When we had to scroll up to see a key level? That's how we used to trade GJ. Now it's so this is another thing that people are going to get confused with, is they're going to see, like, before our losses used to be like, look at these losses, 12 pips, 5 pips, minus 11 pips. But look at the TPs are very small. Now look at everything bigger, 20, 27 pip win. That's because GJ has widened up ranges, right? Even losses will be a little bit bigger as well because widened up ranges. All right, so we've closed here on the 30-minute. Did 30-minute close below support? No, 30-minute is still above support. We have technically closed below the most recent, but we're still above these multiple supports. So at least we close below most recent, which means if we can get a 15 closing below the 1 hour support here, we'll be fine. Even if we just mess about, a 1 hour close would be also good. Do I use volume profile for setups? Personally, I don't. No, I don't use volume profiles. I'm a trader that bases off candle closures is the way I like to trade. Check gold. Yeah, we've been looking at gold. Don't worry, we're on top of gold. We know it's breaking down, but it's very hard to sell into these rejection wicks, especially closing at support. This would be not a valid setup in my books, you know, because this is just selling into all rejection wicks, selling into all supports. I can't do that, especially now. I need to keep my end of month. I need to probably progress my end of month, so I need to make sure to take A+ setups here, A+ setups to have the highest probability to win here. Let's see if GJ wants to chill in this zone and not just dump through and give us some sort of entry would be ideal. Very hard to sell into 1 hour support. Yeah, look at how strong this support is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rejections. Even most recent price action rejected below. Yeah, even in 30 minute, let's see. Yeah, 30 minute is very strong. So this you run this long time, you know. Are you not concerned that if you enter GBP on the 15 minute, the trade will reject off 30 minute 1 hour support? We would have had more confirmation if we had the 15 close below, but yeah, just in general, you're completely right. I mean, this is just pushed through the support and really not given a shit. But generally, yes, it would do, right? And it would be a concern for sure. Harry, could you make a video where you backtest one pair for 1 month on Pip Labs? I think what I'll do on Pip Labs is I will do, yeah, I'll do that, but I'll also use the funded challenge feature, which just means that it will be, you know, together, right? Can you explain what's a limit and stop limit? Just means that price, so a buy stop is when price is below the zone and it has to go above, or a sell stop is where price has not reached the zone, right? Where, what's this called? A limit order is where price comes back to a zone, right? You can search it in Google. Harry, gold looking good. Yeah. Relax though. We have too much time, right? Look, we have till close, 10 minutes till close. So regardless, we have to wait till close. GJ might even close below here. We could sell to 197 as well. Remember, we have this support here. That's not a bad sell towards that support, especially if the next 10 minutes can give us some sort of nice little upside, you know, thunderstorm, and then close below or something. Yeah, gold is chopping here. Not a very nice range on gold. Danger range, danger. Your favorite German whip? Not even a question, bro. Not even a question. Porsche, bro, come on. Sorry, bro, when is the group gonna open? It's gonna open on the 30th. Yeah, we're gonna let people in. This time, what will be nice is on the website, we'll have how many spots are left. We'll have how many spots are left. So yeah, you'll be welcomed into the group. If you've been planning, that's your opportunity. We're looking at 15 spots. So yeah, I look forward to it. And hopefully people are going to level up here. Definitely a lot of work being done in the group. Last week, I saw a really good progression in a lot of individuals. We even started in the group last time. We started in the group of psychology challenge, and I really like to see people filling that out, right? We saw people filling out the psychology challenge, and it's been extremely nice to see. So they shall be rewarded for that. What's an LTA? LTA stands for low traffic area or lobster trading area. It essentially refers to clean candles on the chart. Whenever you have a zone with clean candles, that's an ideal zone where you want to be trading in. Because if price was able to move clean in the past, it should be able to move clean in the future. Can a beginner join the group? Yeah, of course they can, because our content starts as beginner. We've had a lot of beginners join the group and level up very fast. Hey Harry, what key levels do you look out for when analyzing GU? Oh, so how it works on key levels on GU, it would be stuff like this. So it's a little bit more complex than GJ here, but essentially your next key level on GU would be so 500s, right? So 128 500. So this one 128 500. Then 129 would be your next key level. 129. Where's 129? So 500, no, sorry, not, yeah, 500, then 129, all the way up here. 129, that's your next key level. Then 129, 500. Up here, you get what I mean? Then 1.3, like I marked up here. So those would be your key levels, but you know, most of the time, GU is not in a zone where you have to worry about key levels, as it's not always happening. But you see how this was respected because it's a key level. See that? 128,500 respected. Is $6 per lot expensive? No, that's pretty good actually. $6 per lot, you're totally fine. One second, guys. Just need to reply to this. There we go. Bro, yesterday's video is great. I'm starting to identify candles more clearly in the charts. No, good. You like yesterday's video? Yeah, if anyone hasn't watched yesterday's video, I pinned it up. I pinned it so you guys can watch it. I found a new broker called FB Markets that gives spread similar to IC. I can sign up with my country chart, $3 per lot. Yeah, per side, man, per side. So it will be $6 per lot, per side. So $3 in, $3 out. So that's fine, yes. Someone mowing the grass outside? Yes, they are, man. Yes, they are. They are mowing the grass outside. Also, my bathroom had a big leak. My bathroom had a big leak and it's all dripping everywhere. Same as IC. IC is a little bit more actually. I heard you like the CLS 63? Yeah, it's a good car, man. I'm gonna stop trying funded accounts for now and stick to my own money with rules and journaling. It's not about that, it's about getting the skill down, right? That's the difference. Listen, you have to look at funded accounts like this. Funded accounts are extremely easy to pass if you do not set any expectations of when you need to pass it, or if you have no expectations going into it. You have no time limit these days. You have a percentage. If you are profitable, if you can make money in the markets, it's only a matter of time before you pass it. Whether you go and draw down, whether you go and profit, it doesn't matter because long term you'll be able to pass it. But you set expectations. I need it passed by this month. I need it passed by next month, which forces you to take more trades, which forces you to take bad trades, inevitably failing the funded account, which is a mistake I see happen all the time. So realize that, and if you're just not good to pass a funded account, then time to get better and use that time, risk tiny amounts and get better at the skill. So that's what you need to understand about funded accounts. And what's this? Why do I have to come? I keep blowing them up. Yeah, and this is another thing that I find extremely mind-boggling, is that you're happy to blow up funded accounts one after the other, right? You're happy to blow funded accounts one after the other, but you don't want to pay for something that will make you pass a funded account and give you the education and tools you need to pass a funded account. Like, change that mindset. I know it seems like, this guy, I don't want to pay, but if you actually want to get good, it's something super important that you have to do, and it costs really cheap these days. Is someone cutting someone in the background? Yeah, I told you my whole bathroom went into shambles. Whole roof was leaking, so they're here fixing it. It's an annoying sound, but nothing I can do. This morning I was running around everywhere. Well, not too much. Luckily I have people to help me. Would you consider buys above? I mean, no, not anymore. Not after that candle, I don't think. You know? But yeah, buys later would be there. I got gold by stop loss on 1 pip. Now price is going my way to TP. It's unlucky, man. Just make sure if it is going to TP, you should feel good because it's following your plan. Sometimes that can happen. If you took sells, maybe consider, especially in this zone, putting stop loss above the whole range. GJ rejecting this range here. GU is doing what? GU is closing here like this, strong closure. Add 5-minute support here as well. When is Sharp Firm going live? Nah. Harry, that's the mindset of traders. They never think long term. They want to get rich overnight. Yeah, of course, man. A good trader never focuses on money. He focuses on taking best setups. Yeah, because that's how we make money as traders, right? Don't make money by focusing on money. Wow, you totally missed this GJ push down. I wouldn't consider it missed if I didn't have a setup that followed my rules. That's how you have to view it in trading, right? You can't, otherwise you would have missed this, right? You would have missed this move up, you would have missed this move down. You can't think like that. The price is always moving on the charts. It's about catching your move on the charts that you know you have probabilities. Wouldn't you take a sell on this GU? FXCM looks fishy. What looks fishy on FXCM? I just don't like the range. Risk to reward here is not worth it for me. The 11 pip stop loss for 4 pip target. That's the only thing I wouldn't take, you know. If you had a candle that closed below like this one here, that makes a lot more sense. You know, and if you're basing it on 30-minute, there's no setup on 30-minute. 30-minute has the same support. 1 hour has not closed below here. As well as 1 hour target here is only 9 pips, so it's still negative risk to reward. I'm gonna check what broker looks like. The broker looks even weirder. Broker closed below, but target on broker, yeah, it's 4 pip. Broker looks like FXCM. More like FXCM, yeah. It's just max target here. How much is max target here? Max target is 9 pips here. We have a 9 pip range with double gap, and break even point is only, I mean, you need it to complete the whole move down for it to make sense. Is the 15 close enough for a gold sell? I'm personally not selling on these rejection wicks. If you want to give that a shot, it would be considered a risky opportunity. I just don't like the probabilities of selling in a zone that's rejected 10 times. You know? That's the problem I have, is this, we rejected 10 times. If you count how many rejection wicks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? 10 rejection wicks. I don't know if this is just going to do what this happened before and fake out. If this was without the wicks, yeah, we would sell break of low. No doubt about that. No doubt. Also, look at this. Right, 4 hour might just want to retest this. And what's more worrying, 1 hour range. I'd much rather this 1 hour now close back inside the range. Yeah, gold on 1 hour looks good, but that's in 11 minutes. We can get an idea of what's going on for gold. I appreciate everyone showing up to stream. Pleasure to have you guys on stream. Yeah, if you're new to this stream, let me know in chat. Want to see who's new and who's not new. Pop, say hello in chat if you're new. Or put a number 1 in chat if you're new, just so we can see. And if you're a returning viewer, shout out to you guys. We've been here for a while. You guys know the drill. We're going to continue pushing this. And yeah. You know, make sure to leave a like if you haven't. You guys know the drill. Leave a subscribe if you want to join to future streams. Harry, can you please have a look at this and tell me what could have been wrong with this trade? 0.25 risk. What's this on? No bottom wick, first of all. That's the problem here. Entry as well is 70% from 70%, you know, where are you looking to enter here? Right? Is very, very close to the support. So by the time you reach there, when you're so close to the support, if it starts coming back, you just let it be a break-even trade. You know? You let it be a break-even trade. Especially when price is showing you this rejection here. So you did a rejection wick. This one closed below, very small bottom wick. It's tough. It makes it tough when you have a setup like that. And then also trading different pairs and going 0.25 risk. Take A+ setups, man. Right, especially if you're gonna keep hitting, you know, these more riskier setups with 0.25, just take more A+ setups. You know, a little bit more patience, A+ setups. Otherwise, you're just gonna keep getting these positions that just gonna knock your confidence to zero. You know, your goal at the moment is to increase confidence, you know. It's the same rejection wick we've been having on gold, right? Same rejection area. You know, this is the problem. These rejection areas can be extremely nasty. Like when you have such a tight rejection area, and this is no bottom wick, you know, you probably need to put stops above the range. But then it's not worth it, right? So you just don't count the trade. Give me a sec, guys. I just need to go check what's going on outside here with my bathroom, if it's flooded or not. I'll be back. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Now, see, this is where it can be nasty. Imagine that broke the low and trigger you in and then does this, right? This is where it can be very nasty in these rejection zones. GJ as well looked like it wanted to reclose below potential wick fill with the 1 hour close below. But now we're respecting that. 4 minutes though to close. GU as well faking out. Classic. Yeah, we're saving a lot of BS here. We're saving a lot of BS. But let's see what London Open what happens with London Open here. You need to be so scalpy in this shit, GJ. Yeah, just be patient, guys. Just be patient, right? We don't need to take any losses or anything like that, right? We will wait for A+ setups that is going to give us the highest probability to win, so that we can win, basically. Long story short, right? That's what we're gonna do. Can you explain about that bottom or top wick? Go watch my latest video. In this video, one of the section is about candles with no wicks. So go ahead and watch that. You know? Please do that and that'll give you you know. Sorry for texting you a lot, but I love this damn. I love this thing, damn. Also, you are a cool dude, understanding person. No, I appreciate that, appreciate that. Sell gold, buy Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin is nice. Bitcoin is doing well here. Happy with this, happy that I'm still holding my bags through that pullback. It's not over yet though. It could just take out the highs and come back down. But it's pumping it, man. Trump is pumping it, not pump is pumping it. Trump is pumping it. I keep getting 0.5% trades, but I close at BE. Do you think it's better to close full at 0.5 or BE? Depends. Depends on basically what you're doing with targeting. Like, it's okay to close at 0.5 if it reached the target. Trump pump is sus, trust me. I'm not gonna trust you, bro. That's for sure. But no, any pump is going to be, you know, it's not really always the most trustworthy. Random pumps. Right, 1 hour close soon. How is the 1 hour looking on gold? Leaving a rejection here on the 1 hour. 30 minute also closing with a rejection. 15 minute here, potentially giving us setup 3. Depending on how we close in 48 seconds. So we'll have to see. How long you been trading? For over 4 years. Is your strategy alright to implement on swing trade? Yes, but you'll be using higher time frames and it will take longer to play out. You know, you probably at that point you need to analyze maybe like 5-6 pairs. Otherwise it will be very hard to find a setup. You know, you'd be searching all day for a setup. Not all day, but months for a setup, you know. I don't like the way this 30 is closing with rejection, 1 hour closing with the rejection. The only thing that's nice is 15 is giving us setup 3. Problem is that setup 3 is selling into 5 minute support. So it's not really a clean. We spoke about this rejection zone. It's a disgusting zone, you know. see how GJ did. GJ probably closed back in the range. Yeah, so GJ closed back in the range. 1 hour is doing what? 1 hour closed above support here. 30-minute obviously closed above support. So we would need minimum a 15 close below, right? GJ trolling again. Yeah, typical GJ. But we would need a solid support here. Not support, solid close below, sorry. See what GU did here as well. Same thing as GJ, faked out back in the range. 1 hour time frame though is the problem because it's closing above that little support here, which removes all probabilities on a 1 hour time frame to continue down. I hope not all probabilities because I'm in a sell. Based on 1 hour, yes, all probabilities. Where are you in a sell based on though? Oh, based off that 15? Yeah, we'll see how that goes. You have broken 1 hour low, which is good. Only way I think this will continue down is 5 minute close below this zone. 5 minute close below this zone gets interesting. Right? Because that's going to be doing something that it hasn't done before. That will help your probabilities. It would have been nice to see, but it's not going to ruin everything. You know, but based on a 1 hour time frame, you can't base it off a 1 hour time frame. So you need to base it off something. Because there's no setup in 1 hour. Now if it breaks low, 5 minute needs to close below. If you don't get a 5 close below, it's not going down. Guaranteed. Right, gold broke the lows here. I'm going to be interested to see how this plays out breaking lows. Interested to see how it's going to react off this previous resistance here. Now, if I was taking risky setups, this would be a risky setup that I would have executed on. 29 pips stop loss, break-even point around 14 pips. And then obviously TP somewhere here, daily flip. But these have lower probabilities and I can't be doing that right now. Same, just different numbers? Yeah, futures on gold and Forex, it's pretty much the same. 10 seconds for your 5. Is it closing below? Where's the 5 support? It's close to doing it. Next 5 minute will give you the thing. I mean, even if the 5 minute starts to break the lows, it looks good already. To be honest, man, in this trade, it wouldn't be a bad idea if price wanted to break this high. Where's your stop loss? What's the stop loss based off though? The only thing I don't agree is, this is what I don't understand, and you need to standardize this, okay? You need to standardize that you took one trade in the morning on GJ, a risky one. You put wide stop loss and got survived just because you put wide stop loss. But then in this position, you put a stop loss at the exact zone that if price wants to come up and retest, like it did here, right? Come back to this zone where the wicks are to retest. That's what it's been doing every single time. You're going to be stopped. You see what I mean? So this is the problem, is you need to standardize the reasoning behind stop loss here. Ideally, stop loss just goes above the bodies here to allow price, if it is going to reject, to give yourself some room. Now, if price closes back inside the range, you can close, save something. So remember, you need to note that long term, it could be dangerous because you got lucky with the previous stop loss because you moved it an inch higher. That was a very conservative one, but then you lose trades like this. Now, if this plays out, that would be the error between that, you know? Because if this candle did extra business and started coming up, which we've seen on GU happen, it would be dangerous. So I rather you just go with a slightly, or even if you're going to do that approach, put it a little bit higher, not at the zone, in the zone. Like a difference of 1 pip, you know? Look at the 1 minute range. Yeah, this is the 1 minute range here. Yep, and that's where your stop loss is here. You can get a wick that comes back inside of the range. Because look what happened back here. Same thing back here on this retest here. Like this. If you go rewind to this and you see how this retested, same 1 minute range you will have, which is this. Price wicked into that 1 minute range, tested the second structure, right? That's your 1 minute range, like the same one you have here. Okay, where did it retest? Into the second structure. This is the second structure formed. Now watch this. See? So if it's going to retest, where do you think it's going to come? It has the chance to test that second structure like it did here. Where's your stop loss? Here. What's a risky? No, I'm not flaming him. I'm just trying to give feedback. That's how we talk. What's a risky gold setup right now? I would say the break of the lows was a risky one here, but I'm not too interested in that myself. Not something I would really do, as that's risky, as we said. But yeah, that would be a risky gold setup right now. How many trades you take a day? Maybe 500 to 550, depending on how I'm feeling that day, you know. On Friday, we took 523. How's GJ doing? GJ faked out again. That's a very strong zone on GJ, right? This is what we're saying from the morning. This has been a strong zone. Gold is tempting for sure. But I can't do this right now. I can't take a risky setup like this. Too much probability of it not working out. Can you elaborate why gold is more risky? Yeah, it's very simple. 1 hour time frame, close weak bearish. 30-minute time frame, close weak bearish. 15-minute time frame created a support. We are in a rejection zone that rejected 10 times. You're above previous 1 hour support. This could just retest to here. It's not enough to close. So maximum your trade would be break even, right? So think about it value like that. Is it worth taking another break even trade with potential slippage and whatever, right? Because to get to here is 14 pips, but your stop loss is 28 pips here. 28 pip stop loss, you need to really break back into the range. Is it possible? Yes, but where are we? Rejection zone. So do you want to try that? That's the question. That's what makes it risky, is you're really relying that that's going to happen. If today was full bearish bias, yeah, it makes a lot more sense. Makes a lot more sense. Right? That makes a lot more sense to happen. Did you get the 5-minute closing below? Yeah, there you go. Now that the 5-minute close below, now the probability increases for downside here on GU. Right? Is it not too much of an expected push for gold to come down to 1 hour and then push even further for the trade to happen? Yeah, that's what makes it risky, right? That's what we were speaking about. That's what makes it tough. Is you have to expect it to do that. Like, that's why I'm not taking this. Otherwise, I would be it. If this was full clean candles, no, I would be this. Like now, I'd really be, if I was in this trade myself, I'd be considering I probably want to get out here break even because I'm not confident it rejecting right now. You know what I mean? GBP dropping, not too much here. Gold closed back in the range, it's different. That would be higher probabilities closing back in the range. 16 minutes for that to happen. Alright, GJ starting to move here. See if it wants to close below the support in 1 minute. Let's mark this. There we go. Sells would be below here now. How many hours do you trade daily? I trade around, I would say I spend now 3 hours at the chart, 3 to 4 hours right now. And then I trade after that at New York session, but I'm only setting alerts and looking at the chart from time to time. So I would say that's another hour and a half. All right, gold here. Did not close below. We still have the 30-minute to give us a chance. Do you work out every day? 5 times a week. 5 times a week I work out. Hey, ever tried crypto, bro? Crypto is was my main where I started, man. That's where I started. What about options? No, I didn't go into options. I didn't like the idea of premium and stuff like this. Alright, GJ coming down here. Hopefully it can give us an entry, but I don't think it will. High chance it doesn't at this point here with this momentum in the charts. Very hard for me to take an entry at the close of this support. Literally tapped it. I mean, we were not too far off. If we could have just got a close 2 pips lower would have been nice. Then stop loss above previous candle high. I would have put stop loss above the bodies here as we have this range. I don't expect price coming back in the range. So 24 pip stop loss for, you know, pretty easy move here towards the downside. Pretty easy move. Here's that gold fake out, right? Gold some rejection. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, is that we had this possible chance of rejection. Right? We had that possible chance of rejection, which is why we didn't want to take this risky setup. Right? So it depends. It depends right here. If that rejection came earlier, you would have been screwed, which is why I avoided this setup, right? That's the important part, why I avoided this setup. GJ had a good push down, would have pushed GU down here as well. Yep, would have pushed GU down here as well. Yeah, that was nice. Didn't really expect that move. I haven't been watching GU. I couldn't have expected that myself. And I'm not looking to push GU too hard, as this is an extra pair. I haven't seen a candle like this for a very long time on GU. But yeah, once that 5 close below is good, just put me off with this support towards the left here. How much space you have towards that support? You have around 1.6 pips here. It's the same on my broker. It's the same on. What do you mean? But we always follow broker, right? Yeah, but if you look at Owanda GBP USD, it didn't close below, so you take a false setup. So you actually disrespect the rules because nothing closed below here. No, I can show you, bro. Where we close below, here's your support. Now you tell me it's a fake support now. Yeah, man. Fed manipulation? No, I'm not sure. Hi, I'm here now. Go ahead with the plan. Your mustache looks amazing. Thank you very much. Glad you like my mustache. I opened 2006. You can't open that many. You can't open that many lots, bro. Come on. Come on. This is why, right? At some point, the support will be respected. Okay, some point the support is going to be respected. Now, it pushed down first. Everyone would feel, you would feel, right? Oh, the move is gone after it pushed down. But probabilities say that price didn't close below the support. So yes, it did push 17 pips here. But look, your stop loss here is 33 pips. So realistically, you're moving break even here. All of that to get a break even trade that when you look back on, what are you going to say is wrong with this trade? I did not follow my plan because I didn't wait for something closing below. So realistically, you make a mistake here that can cause you a loss, which is more important. Close back inside the range. Yeah, that can happen. That's, you know, setup 4. Do you recommend moving to Dubai if you make 7 to 10k per month? I'm still 18 years old. Yeah, 7 to 10k a month, you can live in Dubai comfortably, man. But if you're 18, you know, don't come to Dubai and try live a lifestyle, bro. Just take that out your head. You know, get that out of your head that you need to come here, live a lifestyle, feel pressured to, you know, show off on social media and live in a nice apartment and all of this stuff. Like, throw that out of your head. Focus on that age to build a foundation, right? Invest in yourself, build a savings to allow you to invest in the next couple of years. That's what's going to be important. GJ, 5-minute sell. I'm not trading the 5-minute for now, as those are a little bit less probabilities than a 15-minute. I'm focusing on 15-minute, 30-minute closes, you know, to make it more accurate. But even if this was I was trading 5-minute, I wouldn't consider that a close. Alright, bad setup. I'm gonna have a look now. It's just loading. Let's have a look what this is. This is GJ taking a sell right there. Yeah, I mean, this is not something that I would do myself, you know. It seems like people who just taking positions that I wouldn't do myself is working out, which is probably why I'm not taking them, right? And why I can't get into them, because it's working out. But the name of the game is this going to work 6 months down the line? Is this going to work 7 months down the line? Is this going to work next month? Because you will find times that, why didn't you take this one that faked out in the range? Why didn't you take this sell and stuff like that, you know? So I always prefer to just, focus in on where we've been rejecting and take a sell when we close below that. We have been rejecting, right? This is our rejection zone. So selling right when the candle closes below, who knew you wouldn't get that? Straight to stop loss, right? And then that to create a setup to something like this. And then we can sell that setup 2 back down, which is going to be a setup that we follow. Because now you're just sitting at break even. What's happening? What are you going to do? Like, do you have probabilities on your side? Well, not really. Right? What are you going to do with this? Because until the price closes below that zone, it's 50-50 right now. Same as that GU. Until the 5-minute close below, it's not going down. Right? Look at the difference that it made once the 5-minute closed below. That was the key of the move. That was the whole catalyst. And that's what I talk about, trade efficiency. Right? Calling where the efficient move is going to come. Like I said, I'm not entering on 5. But that's what's key. Because now, in a perspective, if you ask me what would you do to manage this position, I can't manage this because I won't be in, because this is the probability I'd be against here. What is the chance that this is going to close below right now? It's hard. But if you have the close below, you manage on something closing back in the range, closing back above, because you have the confirmation of closing below. Chat box bugging again? I'm not sure. No one has typed in chat. That's why, man. Chat is not typing. So once you guys type in chat, I think it will work. It's not bugging. Not that I believe so. It's just empty because no one's typing. One sec, getting an important call here. Hello? Yeah, this is speaking. Sorry about that. Right? You see the difference, Peng? Now this rejection could have happened here. It didn't have to drive down first. Chat is still frozen? No, chat is working, bro. Come on, look. It says right there. Turn up your mic volume? No, I was muted because I was on a phone call. I was muted because I was on a phone call. I asked a question before. What, your question? Learning how to read bias when your indicator reads mixed? Yeah, watch my mixed bias video, right? That will help you with that. Check out my mixed bias video. Where is it? There we go. Mixed session bias. Here you go, man. How do you control yourself to only trade on your setup, especially when you have losing streak? Because you know your setups work long term. This is proof, right? This is like public proof for you guys to see. My setups work long term. So if I start breaking my rules, I don't know what my long-term profitability is going to be. If I stick to what I've done, then I know long-term I'm profitable. Whether you take 2 losses or whatever, it doesn't really matter, right? It doesn't matter. Long-term, you're going to be fine. Now, for me, my main pairs are GJ and gold here, right? seems like today the nicest move has happened on GU, which is something I don't really trade here. Which is why I wasn't trading it today, because if I've had a slow period, I'm not going to add a pair that I don't trade for myself. Now, obviously, there's many options here, such as that 5 minute, but like I said, I'm not taking it on 5. But this was a good move. I'd say this is a clean move here to keep into consideration me going forward into the week here to execute maybe on GU again, right? And to add it as a third pair, right? If I'm going to see consistency and volume come into the market here, right? Like add it as like a permanent third pair, like it, no matter what condition, I always take it if I see a trade. Now in today's scenario, if I was to enter on GU, I would have entered on this 5 minute close here. Reason being is that that's the only way price has a chance to go down. Stop loss back in the range around 9 pips. Break even would be around 3 pips. And then it obviously came to TP, which I could never expect it. Can you make a video on how to journal? My free webinar on WAP. If you check the WAP link, Nightbot should post WAP link. You see, yeah, there we go. The latest link, WAP.com, Tradesharpe. There's a free webinar. It costs you nothing. In that webinar, we talk about journaling. Do you have videos on rules for trading? Yes, my 4-step trading method. My 4-step trading method is that. You need more views. People can learn a lot from you. Yeah, I mean, even if we're not taking trades, there's a lot to be learned from the information that is given here, you know. I'm going more of a protective approach, it being end of month. Also, my last week was not my best week here. So I need to make sure that I take something high probability. A lot of you are going to be impatient and feel like there's a need to do a lot. But the next trade will be vital for me because it will put me back up. So I need to choose carefully, right? I'm not just going to jump in any old thing, as I don't want to give back. So NY could give me that trade, and then by tomorrow I can go back to taking risky positions, no problem. You know, because I'll have that margin to play with. But until then, I have to just take things that make sense, you know, not trade something like pull out GU that I haven't traded in 2-3 years, even though it's fine, you know, or trade 5 minute, which is lower probability, you know. But to be honest, in this market, I'm noticing taking a little bit more of a gambling approach is rewarding. But the problem is the last time I tried that, I got bitten. So I just have to stick to my thing. You are down $300. Yeah, it's not bad when my normal risk is $1,000. So that's really nothing. I can easily make that back in one trade, and that's only down on the week, right? Not the month. Month is still profitable, of course. I found the problem in my UJ trade. So look, fake out back in the range, rejection, strong support. It's just check that with wicks. It's the wick zone. It's like gold. It's the gold wick zone. You know, you'll always find problems like this, but it's just because you're taking a riskier trade because you're selling in a zone with wicks. If you were to get below the 30-minute support, This 30-minute support here is exactly like the support I'm looking for sells on GJ below. It's this. You sold here and got stopped out, unfortunately. I'm looking to sell here. And that's the difference. What type of trading do you do? Smart money? No, we trade price action here. I'm a price action trader. Gio and GJ got people down tremendous? What do you mean got people down tremendous? I mean, GJ's ranging. I don't really see too much. I don't think people are down. Why would they be down bad? What's happened on GJ? No reason to be down bad. If you trade GU, then yeah, you have options, but that's not my main pair. If you're trading 5 minute, you have option as well. We were saying, right? That 5 minute close, that's probably the one that's gonna go. How much percent you up this month? I'll have to calculate. I forgot what was my starting balance of last month. Yeah, I forgot what my starting balance was of last month. If I had to guess, just based on P&L, when was what was the first trade we took this month? I can probably remember what P&L was there. First trade we took this month, 7. Winning trade was on the 3rd. That was which trade? Let me try jog my memory. Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, I'd have to guess around 5%. I can check and see if I'm right. Let's have a look here. Yeah, week 1 made 3%. Lost 1.5 last. Week 2. Custom. Date. 5865. Yeah, around 5-6%. Do you 30-minute setup one can be okay? I think the one that you entered the move of the session, right? When's the last time we saw GU move down? For me, this is just a liquidity grab. That's a 18 pip move. Just hold your first position. Is there a link to my spreadsheet? Of course, type ! journal. You'll find it. I'm gonna stay on for another 5 minutes and then I'm just gonna leave you with the plan and we'll see if setups. What I wanna do is I wanna keep stream shorter because I'm noticing the longer stream gets, I feel like people are expecting me to say something to make something happen on the charts. So we trade a very specific plan that has worked over almost 2 years worth of trading. How long has this been? Yeah, over a year and a half of trading. We work a very specific plan, and you can see the results of that plan, right? So I don't want to deviate from that, and I want to make that as clear as possible for everyone watching me. And in order to do that, I'm not going to keep streams longer just sitting around, as there's no point. And that may mean that, hey, the trade comes while I'm in the private group, but you guys should be listening. That's the whole point. You're sitting here on stream and should be able to take the trades after stream anyways. And the days that we wait here, we will get the trades on stream as well. And that's the way it's always been, right? That's the way it's always been. And I want to keep it like that, because I've noticed my stream time has got longer because of me trying to explain things, right? See, I used to stream by 1 hour 53, 39 minutes, you know, and look, it's been getting longer, right? 2 weeks, 2 hour 45 minute stream, you know, 2 hour stream. Used to be around 2 hours flat, so I want to keep it around 2 hours flat. 154, 2 hour flat. 135, 149, 147, something like this. Instead of 2 hours 40 minutes and stuff, you know. Because that's the time where most trades come. Like, it's very rare I have seen trades after that time. You know, not rare, but I mean, it comes, but it will come not when it will come like after I end stream normally. So there's like this dead time of, you know, 30, 40 minutes where I have to explain to be patient, which we know by now already, right? And if you're new and you haven't experienced that before, then welcome to trading. Part of the game. You are the best teacher, Harry. My trading has changed because of you. Oh, I appreciate that. I'm profitable now. Amazing, amazing. I appreciate the long streams even if we don't get a setup yet, but the goal is to get a setup, right? So that's the point. Let's not do a long stream if we just have to sit here explaining to be patient for the people who are not patient, as that's not going to get us anywhere, right? Yo, Harry streams keep us company? Yeah, for sure. I'm happy to do it like that. But that would be dependent on what people are doing, you know, what we're saying. How many setups a week do you usually get? It fluctuates, but throughout the year, it's normally 3 to 4 setups. It's 3 to 4 setups. Right, last week and the week before, the week before only got 1 setup. Last week I got 3 setups, but I took actually 2 losses, 1 break even, which is transparent for you guys to see, you know. But the main thing is I managed risk, so it made I was down less than 2%. After stream in New York session, we actually took gold buys. I need to post that in the group for you guys, but we took gold buys, and yeah, that brought me up, you know, back to a point where I'm basically chilling. Like, I don't want to be snobby, but 300 bucks is not really going to do too much for me if I'm down that. I know the next trade is going to make that 3x the amount of that. So it's not worrisome. It's not snobby though. Don't get it. Like, I don't care about money. I do, but in long term, it doesn't worry me at all. You know, like it's something completely normal. It's just in terms of, you know, month to month. What was the SL for GU? I think best SL would have been above this resistance here, or just inside of the range, you know. How did half of your viewers suddenly disappear? I'm asking myself the same question. You know, it's been like that for 2 weeks. I think it's summer. I think if I watch other streamers, their viewer count is a little bit lower as well, I'm not sure if any of you watch other streamers, but it seems to just be summer and people are just on vacation. We're the ones who are still working, you know? We're the ones who are still working and getting better. They're slacking off, right? They're slacking off. So yeah, not too sure though. But what I am sure is that I'm here long term, man, because if they left because markets have been a bit slow, then they're gonna leave trading anyways. They don't deserve to be here, right? Because if they're gonna be here, they're just going to not progress in life. They're gonna stay in the same place. I know long term, look, long term, right? If we look at results long term, you will just remain profitable. And imagine you risked and made and just put a one lot on every single one of these trades. Like, it's good numbers long term, but short term it might be slow, because from here to here you only made maybe you know, $500 on a one lot, let's say, for example, but from here to here you made, you know, tens of thousands. So that's what people have to understand. It's a long-term game. What was your worst month? What, in history? As in what, percentage? Or loss? Both? I love to see my... Depends. When I was a beginner, the month I came in the group, was that the worst month, the month you came in the group? I don't think so. Trading wise, no. Depends. When a beginner, I freaking lost every month. There was no profitable months when I started, man. But in terms of recent times, it would just be January. January, I was break even. That was my worst month. Alright, like I said, I'm gonna end stream early for YouTube here, as I don't see any setups in the next, 30 minutes. So what's the plan here, guys? Sells will make sense with something closing back inside of this range here, 23.89. Something close back 23.89, look for sells. Buys are still an option where it says on the screen above 23.95, right? Look for buys. Then if we go ahead and look at GJ, same story. Sells are going to be now below, probably I would say 197 is going to be safer, sells below, or a 30-minute close below this zone. But look at these rejection wicks, 197 looking like more likely, right? To get those sells, right? Which would also be the 1 hour break of the lows and get back inside the range. So that's realistically where you want to look for those sells and where I would look for those sells. Otherwise, just stay patient here and wait for New York. New York hopefully should clean up here and we can look forward for that. And overall, yeah, we're going to be looking for high probability setups this week. Remember, it's coming towards end of month and we have to make sure we're taking something A+. So patience, name of the game, but when the setup does come, you better be ready, right guys? So I hope to see you guys on stream tomorrow and let's kill it and hopefully get some clean trades tomorrow. That is the goal as always. And yeah, just hoping that the market gives a setup, and that's simple. If it does, I take a trade and we all win and everyone's happy. So I appreciate you all. Take care, trade sharp, and hopefully catch you guys very, very soon. Peace. See you guys.